All right, guys, so we're back. So you guys already know, if you saw the last video, we are now demodding the Q50. So there's gonna be certain parts we're gonna be taking off, and which is pretty much majority of all the performance modifications. And this is how the car looks back on stock wheels. Of course, I'm only gonna show you guys the good side. So let's go. Let's jump into the engine bay. Let's see what we're taking off today. All right. So today I'm looking to take off 3 to 4 things. The oil catch can, I'm looking to take off 1. 2, my blow valves, my homemade DIY blow valves. 3, the Megan strut bar. And 4, my AMS intakes. So that's what I'm looking to take off today. I'm just gonna start, and also my homemade engine brace. Pretty much when the engine moves this way and that way, the brace prevents the engine from moving back and forth too much. The best way to upgrade this, you don't have to deal with that, is you just go with an upgraded engine mounts, either with Z1 poly filled engine mounts or solid engine mounts. But this is a nice little way of preventing that too. But outside of that, let's get started. I think I'm gonna start with the strut bar first and just move my way down. All right, so I removed one of the bolts and nuts for the bar, and then I'm just going to take off one of the nuts from here, because this side you only have to take off this nut and this nut. This is going to remove that, and that one you have to remove that side to get to this nut that's in here, and then that also unbolted from this brace. So I'm going to take that off next. So let's move forward. All right, so took off the strut brace, took off the engine brace. Now I'm going to work on taking off the catch can, and then the blower valves, and then the intake. So I'm literally just going down, down, down. All right, so for like the last 10 minutes, I'm trying to reconnect the hose that connects to the manifold that connects to the PCV. It's very hard to connect it back, so I'm just gonna pull this up, but also I'm taking off the blower valve anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna have to do that anyway. So hey, it is what it is. All right, so I had to move the intercooler to the side because it's so hard to run this line back to here. Also, for you guys who live in mostly hot areas, if you guys want to do this is a modification I used to do back in my 3.7 days. There's coolant that runs into these throttle bodies. The reason why this coolant runs into the throttle bodies is during the winter time, the coolant warms up the throttle bodies so that they don't stick. But because you guys live in a hot area, you don't ever really have to deal with this. So if you guys want to, you can actually bypass this. You'll take these both off, and you'll get like a T-fitting like this. But I would recommend using like a copper T-fitting from like Lowe's or Home Depot, and then connect them to and bypass it. That's it. Do it on both sides. Your throttle bodies will never get that hot ever again. All right, so now I'm gonna move to the T connection. I already took off the top. I'm gonna take off the bottom, and I'm gonna pull that out. So mainly taking care of this side. I do have a vacuum hose that I did make back here on my own, but I should be able to just swap it over. If not, I'll just connect the hoses together so the car could run. But we'll move forward. Let's hurry up. All right, so you're gonna see a little bit of oil coming into the outlet of the turbo. Reason being is the PCV system still gets a lot of the vapor that comes through the PCV, because there's a PCV connecting on both sides of the turbo's inlet, and it's gonna come on the outlet. So you're gonna see a little bit of oil build up in the tube. Well, not really much in the tube, but you might see a little bit of oil in here. See, it's actually a lot of oil in here. That's a lot. Wow, that's a lot. But if you look at the other side, it's, oh no, there's oil on the other side too. Okay, so yeah, this turbo was starting to really suck a little oil. These look pretty clean, but yeah, it is what it is. But let's continue. All right, so we're about halfway through it. This is connected back. Everything's connected back here. Still got a disconnected blow valve from the back. So this is just sitting here. Now I'm gonna work to this side. Take this off briefly. This one's a lot easier. This slips right out. Just take off the bolt that's up here, pop it up, pull this out, put the new one in, and then the blow valve system should be pretty much finished. I'll just move that over there, and then we can move on to the intakes. All right, moving over to this side. Just took off that bolt, took this part off again. There's a few bolts here to take off, and pretty much move this out the way. You don't have to do all of this. Sometimes you might be able to slip it off, but once again, you're gonna see some oil in there, PCV system. So oil is in there, a little bit of oil in here, and on the outlet, it doesn't look too bad in here at all. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna put the coupling back on, and then we should be finished with technically 90% with the blow valves. Then we can move on to the intake. All right, so now all the blow valves are off, the catch can is off. I just got to remove some of the tubing for the blow valve hosing. So the next thing I'm going to remove is the intakes. This is probably this one should be the easiest because you don't really have to move around too much. Should be able to access that coupling there, and this side I'm going to see if I can get to it, but I probably have to break this one down a lot more. But just the regular 10mm 12mm bolts, and we should be able to get to where we need to get to. All right, so now the intakes are off. I took them off in one piece, but now I just have to separate the mass airflows to put them onto the older intake system. So I'm gonna do that briefly, and gotta reconnect this back to it. But pretty much that's it, guys. I just gotta break this back up, connect those back, put those in there, and reconnect everything here, and I should be good to go. Just remove that one blow valve line. But yeah, I'm not really happy seeing this girl going back to stock, but it is what it is, right guys? It is what it is. All right, so this one was a little hard because you have to stack the intake tube in like this first, and it has a little PCV valve to that valve cover, so you have to reconnect that, and then you have to push this back in to clip into that. It's a little bit annoying, but I finally got that in. So everything's good here on this end. All the things are connected back. Now this side should be the easiest side, but you never know, guys. If you work on cars, things just come from working to just being annoying. So that took me about 15-20 minutes to get back in. So hopefully this one is half the time because it's way less to do. So let's keep moving. Let's go. All right, so now both air intakes are back in. Everything's plugged back in, working here. This one's plugged back in also. Mass FO plugged back in. All these sensors are pretty much back in, working. So I just gotta get rid of this last vacuum leak. This might be kind of hard, or just block it off. I'll figure out what to do, but I'm gonna do this, and yeah, that's it. Grab this back, and boom, it's back in. So yeah, I'm gonna just put some of these parts back together, start cleaning the car up. But yeah, these are some of the parts I took off. I've been out here about 2 hours now. I'm a little 2.5 hours, but it is what it is. So yep, let me see what go to next. So everything's finally back together. I'm gonna start the car to make sure there's no random check engine lights or anything like that. Let me get over here, guys. And for you guys to know, I never reached 25K. So I really won't be able to give the best what you call it, let you guys know. Let me see. All right. Check engine lights of any kind, I should be perfectly fine. Alright, so that's it. Car started up, no issues. Alright, we good to go. So yeah, that's it. Everything's buttoned up over here. Everything's tidied up. Okay, so officially the engine bay is now back stock. Yeah. Alright, let me just close this one out. Alright guys, so this is it. So now I've taken off the intakes, catch can, blower valves, and AMS intakes. The car only has now the heat exchanger for the BMS, the AMS fender tank, rear sway bar, coilovers, BBK, Gotta get the BBK off because I got the stock ones and everything like that. But there's still some more work to be done. But once again, guys, if you really enjoyed this video, hit the like. I know you guys don't like it because I'm demodding the car, but just hit the like button, subscribe on the bell notification, watch the videos from start to finish, purchase some boostinmotion merch at the bottom. My hands are dirty again. I haven't been this dirty in a long time. But outside of that, guys, I'm so appreciative and thankful for you guys. You have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you guys, appreciate it. You have a good day. Thank you everybody for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also on top of that, if you want to purchase some boostinmotion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you.